the majority of the marketing side of being a creator is going to be the social media platforms. That kind of has to come with correct expectations to how long organically takes, because I think some people expect to grow really quickly, and that's usually not the case. It's a grind.
This is Fish from Digital Gaming Hub. He is somebody that has been in the marketing field for a little bit of time. So tell us a little bit about yourself, like what your background is, and kind of why you're getting into this, streaming and content creation.
My background's in marketing, advertising at first. So anything that had to do with like digital advertising. So Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, and then more recently, like Snapchat ads, TikTok ads, and doing that for publishers who deal in monetizing their website. So I know of the back end of that in terms of like having the networks that advertise on websites. So like Google's like the big one, Google AdSense, right? But then there's like Taboola and Outbrain, which are the more native networks that show up in articles, and it's not as intrusive because it shows up as like related content to what you're reading. And then the majority of my marketing experience was with e-commerce companies, and so I would be a consultant that would come onto like a startup's team to consult on their paid ad spend or their general like digital marketing and help them kind of get that all set up.
If you think of a brick and mortar store and it's on some street in the city, if I don't advertise, I'm relying totally on people driving by my store to buy my goods. So I have to advertise so I can pull people who don't live in the area, in that immediate area, who don't commute on that road, to come there to know about me. Now, and that's if you have a brick and mortar store. Imagine you're a streamer who has a page of 50 million pages on Twitch. And Twitch, with its poor job of discoverability, doesn't really advertise you or push you at all. So, and this is the analogy I'm giving people, like, how do you think that anyone is going to find you any better than that guy who has a tire store? There's no main street that people are going to drive by and see you. How are you going to get there? How is anyone going to find you? Somebody was asking or commenting in chat. So marketing is just posting shorts on different platforms and promoting streams, I'm assuming.
I think that's like part of it, but I also think it's like you said, branding has to be a part of it, because if you're kind of like just posting whatever across all platforms, people aren't going to get a true understanding of who you are. I don't really try too much to put too much weight on like looking at huge content creators, because they're at a point right now that's different from where I'm at or where like smaller creators may be. So what they're doing is a lot different. But in terms of branding, what companies do is they create a brand so that people know what to expect from that creator. They have to know what to expect when they're coming to your channel and when they just are scrolling through a platform. If I scroll through, I know I can immediately tell if I scroll quickly what brand it is, if they have a good brand, what creator it is, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. So I think branding goes definitely hand in hand with social media marketing. It's definitely doable organically if you do things right and you're, following, being consistent, and, building your brand and really looking at all the things that need to be done. But that again is going to take time. That kind of has to come with correct expectations to how long organically takes, because I think some people expect to grow really quickly, and that's usually not the case. It's a grind. If you have the budget, I think that it's a good kind of partnership with organic, because I have taken TikToks that organically did very well, and I have then paid to have them promoted to those that are into games, and I've had great success with gaining followers through that. I think it's just a matter of like whether you're going to be spending your time, or if you have a marketing budget for your brand. The majority of the marketing side of being a creator is going to be the social media platforms. You have to go and try and learn as much as possible about the platforms that you're going to be posting on.
Do you see that there's a different need for those platforms, or you should approach those platforms in different ways?
Definitely between like, say, Twitter and the other platforms. On Twitter, I think it's more so kind of like networking and keeping up to date on the industry. I've met a lot of creators that way. I've been able to connect and bring people on for interviews, and also just kind of keeping up to date with the latest games, the latest things happening in the industry. Twitter is, I think, the news source for following people in the industry. TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts, I don't treat any differently outside of maybe the amount of hashtags I put in.
Now, you were talking about YouTube Shorts and TikTok and some differences with them. Do you recommend one or the other for better growth?
For me, TikTok is still number one in terms of like short form content, because of the way that you're able to kind of make a stronger connection, I think, on TikTok compared to YouTube, where it's almost like you're a celebrity almost, because there's not really much communication outside of comments. On TikTok, you can DM someone that you follow. So when people follow me on TikTok, I'll follow them back, and I'll send them a DM introducing myself and my content, and when I stream, and thanking them for following. And I have had a good amount of success bringing people over from TikTok to Twitch in that way. And people will say, hey, you messaged me on TikTok. I thought that was really nice, and I like the games you play, so I'm going to come hang out. It's a great way to build that foundational following. You know, those 10 viewers that show up right when you start streaming.
Question here in chat from Excelsior, who is asking which platform is the best for marketing for content engagements.
In terms of engagement, I've seen TikTok probably give the most amount of engagement in terms of comments and likes, because TikTok is just where people are starting to spend their time. Right. And a lot of gamers are starting to spend their time on TikTok. And I think that people just kind of have not as much time as they used to have on, say, like YouTube, for example. Like YouTube long form videos, definitely going to be more for, I think something that's going to educate or help someone.
Yep.
Whereas TikTok is very entertainment focused. Now, shorts are starting to become that entertainment focused content. Short, bite size, you know, I want to procrastinate for 10 minutes. I want to go through TikTok and see what's funny or what's cool. And if you can get into the gamer's algorithm, then, and you have content that, you know, is relatable to gamers, they're going to engage with it. You're in a publishing business as content creators. You don't have your own website per se, because you're on YouTube or on Twitch, but you're essentially a publisher because you're publishing content which you want monetized. And any publisher is going to have a marketing budget. Now, most people probably have budget for maybe like the equipment and then like the gaming setup, and then maybe there's nothing left over. So those would have to like just do it organically.
Is there a rule of thumb for how much of their streaming revenue that they should set aside to do that? Or should they instead maybe have a goal if I want to get to this number of followers like you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you can run through money really quick in advertising. And a lot of the platforms aren't going to put safety measures the way TikTok does, like you said. You deposit in what you're going to spend. Your credit card's not going to be charged extra than that. And so you're feeling secure. I want to put $20 into advertisements. I'm going to spend $20 or less. So I would say be very mindful of where you're advertising and keeping an eye on your budgets. But in terms of like percentages, I think it's going to really factor into like a case-by-case basis. Are you counting on streaming being part of your livelihood at the moment? Do you have another job, and then is streaming currently your extra money, your fun money? So if that's the case and you're safe with a job and you're not all in on streaming, then I would say you should be investing any fun money into your business of streaming, whether it's through ads or whether it's through maybe hiring someone to help you with your branding, help you with scripting, or help you with outreach, even networking. The whole, messaging people an introduction to yourself can be done through hiring someone on Upwork or Fiverr. Start thinking about what it is you need to grow, because it's either you have to put in more time or you have to hire someone, which buys you more time. You can be out there networking a ton, or an ad can be out there networking for you to, thousands of viewers, showing content that maybe has performed well organically. So that's going to make the most of your marketing spend as well, making sure that you're going into it informed. And part of that also is, if your branding and your content isn't where you would like to see it, then put more money first, put any marketing budget first into getting the content to that level. So whether it's, if you have extra money and you want to have better video quality and you need a better camera, then save up your streaming income into putting it into a better camera, because that content will then do better in advertisements because you've improved it. I would say build that foundation first, making sure that your content is great and where you want it to be before dumping money into ads, because you don't want to present something to you don't want to pay to present something to someone that you're not completely happy with where it's at. It'll definitely help you grow, but is it the most effective way, or is it the most efficient that it can be done? Then no, if you're not happy with it, and if it's not the quality that you want it to be.
It makes sense to hold off on advertising until you have a product, and your stream is your product that you feel is going to be visually appealing to the person you're advertising to, because you have one chance with most people to make a good impression for them to want to come back to your stream or watch your videos again. And if you have crappy quality, then they're gonna see your video like, I don't want to watch it. I'm not gonna, and then they're gonna forget about it. They're not gonna come back. But I definitely appreciate you coming on. I'd love to have you come back sometime, and it's been great having you. A lot of fantastic information. Everybody out there, go and check him out. The links are in the screen below, and as this is YouTube, they are also in the description, and they will be there literally forever. So check him out on TikTok, Twitch, everywhere. Go to his YouTube channel right now and subscribe to that. Again, thank you, Fish, Digital Gaming Hub, for coming on the show and telling us all this great information about marketing and how it can help grow your stream. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.